The Bears are the worst, most poorly run organization in NFL history. Find out more on the Fumble Forecast. Welcome back, everybody, to Week 13's coverage of the Fumble Forecast podcast. And this week, as I indicated in the intro, we will be discussing just how god fucking awful the Chicago Bears are as an organization. Okay?
I mean, I was hoping that we weren't going to talk about them because all I have written down is Eberflus ineptitude.
Yeah, he got fired. News flash for everyone. He's gone.
Yeah.
And I think that him being gone so quickly is it's indicative of just how bad of an organization the Bears is. I mean, just the depth of how poorly run it is. They're at the point now where it's a drain the swamp level bad in the Bears organization. They continuously get rid of their high-level talent for a bag of peanuts, and they continuously bring in garbage for high draft picks. I don't understand how their calculus works out at this point, but I'm sorry. You have a chance to tie the game against your divisional rival, the Lions.
The number 1 seed right now.
The number 1 seed. You are almost in field goal range. Okay? 36 seconds left on the clock, and you have 1 timeout left. You run a play, the clock is already running. Instead of running the hurry up, Caleb Williams, your quarterback, for some reason, calls a huddle and tries to get a huddle going. Goes about as slowly as fucking possible to getting the play off. Finally snap the ball, throw an incomplete pass into the end zone, which you didn't even need to shoot for, and the game is over. They still had a timeout. What the fuck is wrong with the Chicago Bears? Because it can't just be the head coach. There are multiple people who can call a timeout.
Well, I think Caleb is just suffered from being a rookie there. I don't know exactly how much can be put onto him. Yeah, sure, he could try to have called the timeout, but he was clearly looking for some direction because maybe he wanted to, and he's like, okay, can I call the timeout? And Eberflus is just, maybe he wanted to. You can give me that face all you want. I'm not going to completely put the timeout on someone else. What I will say is, yes, calling for the huddle, absolutely. You kind of should have known better.
Homie, he's played college football at the highest level. He knows better. He knows better.
Just a comedy of errors.
I just, the thing is, and it goes back years now, when the Bears let go of Khalil Mack all those years ago, that's when I knew the Bears were dog shit. There was no reason to get rid of the best player on the team. It made no sense at all. And they were just cleaning house too, right? Like shortly before that, a few years before that, they got rid of Alshon Jeffrey, got rid of Khalil Mack. They just constantly and consistently drain the talent right out of the organization. For some reason, I don't know why they continue to do it for a bag of peanuts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, whatever. Trash can org.
Yeah.
So, another. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Well, I want to talk a little bit more about the Lions.
Go for it.
You know, we do this thing that I don't really like us do, where since we record since we record our review of the week prior during the current week. Currently, it's week 14, and we're doing week 13 here. We sometimes talk about games that have already happened, which, I know Tom likes to do. I don't like to do that. But I have to do it here because of what this first game of week 14 was. Lions hosting Green Bay. They have clinched their playoff berth, and I had in my notes, oh, the Lions, like, they got really really bailed out here. They could have lost to the Bears, and then they had what I thought was going to be kind of a difficult schedule coming up. Having Green Bay, Buffalo, into Chicago, and then yeah, the 49ers, Chicago and the 49ers probably the weakest part of that schedule, and then ending with the Vikings. But after this Green Bay game, they have already clinched their playoff berth.
Yeah, I don't give a shit no more.
So it's like,
Well, that doesn't mean that they've clinched the
fuck.
division, and obviously they still want to hold on to the conference. So
No,
I
I
don't think
know.
they're going to give up.
I don't think they're going to give up either, but I think that it's going to make I think it might make the Bears give up in their second meeting.
I don't think so. I don't
That
think
was all
so.
I had. That was all
Though,
I
to
had to
be
say.
honest, the Bears have already thrown in the towel. I mean, they fired their head coach midseason. When you fire your head coach midseason, you have thrown in the towel. You're done. You've declared to everybody that you are done for the season. Um, I don't think that that's a mystery to anybody, and I don't think that that's news for anyone. So the Bears are done. However, I have a question to pose to you, Marcus. When we
Mm,
have teams like the Panthers, the Bears, the Jets, the Giants, the
mm,
Raiders,
mm.
who is the worst franchise over the past 10 years?
Over the past 10 years,
Yeah. Like, in your opinion, I think there's two that I would say are these are the worst organizations in football out of those four. But I'm curious who you think is the worst.
I'm definitely going to say the Bears.
Yeah, you think the Bears is the worst? I think
Yeah,
it's got to be the Jets.
and to be honest, I was thinking that too because it's like, when did Eli play for the Giants?
Not
He
not
was
too long ago. I think he retired 2018
okay. So he he won them a ring,
in
right?
2012. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah. So
like
that's
12 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't think they have much to worry about. The Panthers, I think, suffer from perhaps just a really bad GM, not
the
GM,
Panthers I
owner.
give the pass to because they had a Super
Owner.
Bowl appearance in 2015.
And the Raiders are unlucky being in a
No,
division with the Chiefs.
the
Like,
Raiders are trash among trash.
they are, absolutely. Uh but they also have the unfortunate aspect of being in the Chiefs division that makes it a
And the
lot harder
Chargers
for you.
division.
And the Chargers, to be fair. To be fair. So if I had to pick two, I guess it would have to be the Jets and the Bears. The
Yeah,
Jets, I know,
I'm with
are
you.
a perpetual meme of having destroyed their fan base, and I think it might have been there might be a meme on the Bears as well, similarly.
Uh, I don't know about that, but the Jets
I,
are
I'm
just
I'm
they're cursed
I'm
forever, I swear, man. But the thing is, the reason that the Jets are so bad is because they can't evaluate or scout talent to save their lives, dude.
Yeah.
Why can they not get a good quarterback?
They had one.
Who, Joe Namath?
No, Wilson.
All right, come on now. Let's put the memes on the side for a little bit here now. All right, buddy. Calm down. The only good quarterback the Jets have ever had was Joe Namath. But to be fair, that is one more good quarterback than the Bears have ever had. So, you know, but at the same time, it's like, dude, the Jets have had like the playoff drought of all playoff droughts. They are bad. Like, they're terrible bad. So, I mean, it's just, the thing is, they need, the Bears and the Jets are bad to the point where they need an entire organizational overhaul. New owner, new GM, new head coach, new front office. Everyone's got it. They got to clear house in order for that franchise to be recovered. I mean, the Jets at this point, seeing what I've seen from them now at this point, they need to just push the rebuild button. I think they were thinking, we're going to fill in the final slot with Aaron Rodgers. We're going to finally have the quarterback we want for a year. And then that's going to be that. It'll bring the team around. We're going to bring a Super Bowl in within the next 2 years. And then we're good. We have the team that's already built around a quarterback that can do this. How the fuck they thought that the old man was going to fill that role is completely beyond me. How the fuck they thought that Salad Fingers was the coach to get it done is beyond me. How they thought that Garrett Wilson was going to be the wide receiver one that they dreamed of is beyond me. And I just, like, the perfect example of poor talent scouting and recruitment and evaluation. The trade for Hassan Reddick to the Eagles. That might be the most one-sided trade I have ever seen in the history of the NFL. Because I am sorry, Hassan Reddick's a good player. That was a fucking disaster for the Jets. And they are just having disaster after disaster after disaster as far as talent and recruitment is concerned right now. Aaron Rodgers is dog water. He's shit. He needs to retire. It's not happening, dude. You're done. Then there's the Hassan Reddick situation. Yeah. 4 more years. 4 more years. And I think that those multiple big name failures are just hallmarks of why the Jets need to get rid of their GM. They need to get rid of their scouting team. They need to get rid of their front office. They need to clean house. I think until the Jets do that and the Bears do that, I think they're not going to win anything. They really need to push the rebuild button on the entire org. Like, I'm honestly at the point where, so Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, awesome players. The Jets have really solid key pieces on their team. Trade them. Get the draft capital. Get the GM. Get the front office. Get the talent scouts. Get everything in order. Just complete hard rebuild. And I know for Jets fans, the few of you that do exist, I know that that's like, please God, not another 15 years. I'm going to be honest with you. I think if they truly committed to the hard rebuild right now, I think in 5 years they might be able to be a real competitor. But they've got to really commit to the hard rebuild, and they've got to do it now. Like, right now, the only thing they're competing for is the first overall pick. But they've been doing that for the past 6 years, and they've gone nowhere with it. So it's seriously time to think about pressing the big red button and doing a hard rebuild. How many first round quarterbacks do you have to go through before you decide it's time to restart the whole org? I gotta tell you, if I was a Jets fan at this point, I'd become a Giants fan because I'd be too tired of dealing with it. At least with the Giants, you have some hope that things could turn around. Like, for example, they were finally willing to dump Daniel Jones. They finally were willing to dump him. And because of that, wait, what were you going to say?
But at the same time, they let go of Saquon.
Yeah, sure, but that's the thing. I think that was a bad decision, obviously. But I think that realizing that was a bad decision and dumping Daniel Jones and not overcommitting to certain key guys and letting people walk, I think that's proof that the Giants reasonably and realistically can assess where they actually are talent-wise. Like, I think that the Giants as an org, they aren't delusional. They know they're bad and they know what needs to be changed. So I would be jumping ship on the Jets. I would be a Giants fan before you could even blink. They have been punished for years as Jets fans, and the Giants are right down the road. Like, literally, you can look right down the road and become a Giants fan. I'm sold on leaving the Jets. They're done. I mean, it's not like when you're the Chicago Bears and there's no other team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're in the middle of their own island out there. But, dude, Giants are right next door. The Eagles are downstairs. The Patriots are just north. The Baltimore Ravens are even pretty close. The Jets have nothing. Why would anyone root for the Jets right now? They've completely demonstrated themselves as being totally incompetent over and over and over and over and over again, and they steal all of the victory chance from better teams, and it's just disgraceful at this point. They need to do the hard rebuild. I don't see a end in sight for the New York Jets or their fans. So I'm sorry, guys. It might be time to finally jump ship on the Jets. I don't say this often. I legitimately feel bad for you. I feel bad for people who were trapped being Jets fans because you have been so deprived of what it's like to watch good football for such a long period of time that I don't know how you've still managed to be football fans.
Here they come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, no, I think the Jets fans agree. The Jets fans know how awful their org is. I think they take pride in it. Like, they take some perverse joy in being able to still root for the worst org in football. But yeah, that's my Jets Bears rant for the evening. Next up, Saquon Barkley. Dude, listen. I understand it's a quarterback award. Okay, I get it. But if Saquon Barkley breaks the single season rushing record, you have to make him the MVP of the league.
Nope. Mahomes again.
You have to.
Nope,
like, come on. Dude, I can't. He is the most valuable player in the league. He is. And the craziest thing about it is, he is definitely not paid like he is the most valuable player in the league. The word value has multiple meanings, you know what I'm saying? And Saquon Barkley has hit all meanings of value. But, I mean, Mark, can you tell me, honestly, in your 100% honest opinion, that if Saquon Barkley beats the rushing record this season, that anyone else can compare as a player?
No, of course not.
But who's going to win the MVP?
Jared Goff.
Jalen Hurts, baby. Did you see that Jalen Hurts is actually in there? He's in the MVP voting now.
Look, I love the man. I love him.
That's what I'm saying.
QB1.
Listen, I love him, but
Like,
I'm sorry, this is not an MVP season for you.
Not only that, if he got the MVP over Saquon,
That's a slap in the mouth.
I think I'd be actually upset.
Yeah, I'd be kind of angry. Like, no offense, Jalen, but let's be real here. The man is out here actually breaking the single season rushing record.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, as always, we have to give you your props. We told you, fix your shit in the bye week, and
he did it.
You did it. You've thrown more consistently.
No turnovers.
No turnovers. Throwing the ball, running the ball, pushing the ball. Like, there are props to be given to you, Jalen. Saquon deserves the MVP.
Yeah. Another thing, and I just want to throw this out there, and I know I am going to get dogged by a certain population of people for this. Guys, Kellen Moore, Sirianni, Jalen yourself, we need to fucking stop with the designed quarterback keepers. Stop. It's enough. Enough. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm tired of it. It doesn't work. Listen, I get it. It works once a game. I understand that you want it to work that one time a game. It makes your quarterback all pumped up. Your offense feels good that one time that it works. But we need to focus on scoring in the first quarter of the game, not getting Jalen Hurts rushing yards. It is not good. He is, in that Ravens game, he took some hits. I was like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want to put our quarterback who is in the MVP conversation at risk going into the playoffs. It's just a bad idea. Stop it. He's not a fucking running back. And I understand you have to establish that he is a dual threat quarterback. Let him do that by escaping the broken plays, not designing quarterback keepers. Because when it's a broken play and Jalen takes off, that man can go. And that's fine. I like that. I like that he can come up with that on the broken plays. But he doesn't really accomplish it on the quarterback keepers all that often. It's just a bad idea. You're just putting him at risk for no reason. And that, I rest my case there on that one. A major... Well, did you have anything about the Eagles and Ravens before we get going here on my next topic?
Yeah. I just want to say, and we thought Jake Elliott was having a problem.
Oh, Lord, Justin Tucker is an issue. I think he's done. They're going to get rid of him soon, I think.
Yeah, like, it's not just this game that he kind of like lost the game for them. The Steelers Ravens game, a divisional game, he lost that.
Yeah.
That's and you know, I feel bad for the guy. Like, he's been accurate like his entire career, but this season has just been
No, it's kind of disturbing to watch, to be honest. But yeah, I think the Eagles, first of all, are looking phenomenal. As you guys know, I've already made my Super Bowl prediction that the Eagles will be in the Super Bowl. Less sure about the AFC prediction at this point. but I'm fairly confident the Eagles will be the NFC team in the Super Bowl. I am also very confident at this point in saying I do not think that the Ravens will be the AFC team in the Super Bowl. I just don't. I think that they started out really hot and they've just slowly fallen off every week. So I kind of feel like that's where I'm at on that one. But watch out, I'm telling you, man. Watch out for them Seattle Seahawks. I'm telling you.
So where are we moving to next?
Playoff brackets. I want to talk about our playoff bracket predictions for
Oh, okay.
for this week. We're doing the playoff picture.
Okay.
That's our transition. Was me doing that.
Well,
So,
I just so happen to have that ready for you, Tommy.
oh, I know you've been amped up to do it. I'm gonna go down my NFC first, and then you're gonna go down your NFC, and then you're gonna do your AFC, and then I'm gonna do my AFC.
Okay.
All right. I see the NFC shaking out a little bit interesting. Obviously, the Eagles and Lions are going to be there. I think the Eagles take the 1 seed. So I'm going to do seed order is how I'm going to list this. Okay.
Okay.
Eagles, Lions, and then see, here's where I skip a step. I think the Packers could still take the division.
Well, what's your bracket, Tom?
I know. I'm going to
What's your
commit.
bracket?
I'm going to commit. Eagles, Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, 49ers. Or 49ers. Vikings. I don't know why I said 49ers. You were looking at me like, oh.
Excuse me, Tommy.
They snuck it in. Then the Vikings. Then the Packers in the 6th seed. I think we might see the Cowboys in 7. I know. But looking at this realistically,
It's.
they might actually do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
However, wait, what were you gonna say? You're not gonna lie about what?
No. Continue.
I'm not gonna lock them in. Instead, I'm gonna lock in the Cardinals as the 7 seed.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes,
So
I think
like,
they get in there.
So for the most part, I agree with your list. However, the wild cards is where I differ.
I bet.
I actually have Green Bay at number 5.
I don't disagree with you. That was a coin toss decision for me.
I'm pretty sure the Lions are going to win their division, and I think Green Bay is going to definitely beat the Vikings. And then I have the Vikings, and then I have Washington.
You have Washington in the 7, huh?
I do.
Who's at 1?
The Eagles, you know that.
Okay. All right.
I told you the wild card was really where I differed.
Oh, so you're copying me up to the wild card.
Yeah, no. Seattle's gonna win the West. Lions have basically won the North, and Atlanta's the best out of that trash division. So, yeah.
Who the fuck knows who's gonna win that division?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Atlanta. If they lose to Tampa, if they lose the 4th seed to Tampa, I'm just gonna say, like, maybe y'all should be putting Michael Penix out there to get some reps. If that's
I've been
if you're
saying it for weeks.
if you guys lose next season, I better see him start taking reps.
You know, real quick. Talking about dog shit organizations. The Atlanta Falcons really went into this season saying, oh my God, we got to get a veteran quarterback in here because we're going to win now. And only to barely squeak in a division win in the worst division in football, pretty much.
Against the Panthers.
Yeah, with the Panthers in the division. They barely squeak out a playoff appearance. I think they here. Hold on. What are they at? They are at 6-6. They are a 500 team. Why did the organization think the Falcons had a chance? Someone from the Falcons, please explain to me why the fuck you paid Kirk Cousins and drafted Michael Penix to not play Michael Penix on a dog water team.
Yeah. And like
Yeah, and also on top of this, sorry to jump in again.
no, it's fine.
You gave Desmond Ridder no chances to try and recover the team or the season or his career. You traded his ass away to pick up Kirko Chains and also draft Michael Penix, which means that you have gotten rid of tons of draft capital. You have invested tons of draft capital and salary cap in getting Kirk Cousins, Desmond Ridder gone, and picking up Michael Penix Jr. Only to go 500 in a season. Dog shit org. You guys need to really rethink your position in reality here. What the fuck did you think what you were doing? Because, bro, if they win the division, big mistake. You're going to go down in the draft. You want to be going up because your team is trash. So I'm just saying it. The best thing that might happen to the Falcons here is the Buccaneers winning the division.
I'm sorry, I just saw some disturbing news.
What happened now?
Someone put a $3 million wager on the Eagles to beat the Panthers.
I mean, I agree.
Nope, they're gonna fix the game. The Panthers are gonna win.
Hey, they want that $3 million. How the fuck does somebody just have $3 million to drop on the Eagles against the Panthers? What's the payout on that? You lose money? That's wild man talk. All right. So you have the Commanders in the 7 seed still, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I just think that their schedule's a little harder than everyone else's.
No, it absolutely is.
They gotta play us.
What I was going to say is, like, their game in 2 weeks, because going into week 14 is their bye. Their game in 2 weeks against the Saints are really going to tell us whether or not they get to keep the 7th seed.
They're done. They're a young team. They got tired midway through the season. It's over for them. Now, Mark, give me your AFC.
All right. So I feel like we probably have a lot of overlap here. I'm going to go ahead and put Buffalo at number 1.
Me too.
KC, it's number 2. Steelers at number 3. And Texans at number 4. Now, in the wild card, I have the Ravens, At number 5. The Broncos at 6, and 7 is the Chargers.
So you have Baltimore winning the division.
What?
You have Baltimore winning the division. Or losing the division, I mean.
Yeah. No, I think the Steelers are definitely okay. Let me put it to you like this: the Steelers can take fate into their own hands. Right now, they are poised to win. They can go. They can choose to lose, but I think this is they are this is their division to win. Okay.
I have a controversial take.
Okay.
I think the Chiefs fall to the 3 seed.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
How?
I think that it's going to be Bills 1, Steelers 2. I'm
How
predicting
in the halibut do
I am
you come up
predicting
with that?
that the Chiefs will lose out on the rest of the season.
You think that they're going to lose their next 5 games?
I think they're going to lose their next 5 games. One of those games is against the Steelers. I mean, they barely beat the Raiders and they barely beat the Panthers. They are leaking oil right now. Like big time. They are edging out wins against dog shit teams. I think that they were already nowhere near as good as they were their record reflected. However, I do still think they will have a playoff berth and they already have such a lead over everybody else that they will most likely clinch third.
Well, they have clinched their playoff berth.
I know. That's what I said. I think they'll clinch
N-
third.
Okay, it sounded like you were saying I think they'll clinch a playoff berth.
No, they'll clinch third, the third seed. I think it
Okay.
goes Bills, Steelers, Chiefs.
Okay. Number 4.
Um, yeah, number 4.
You're not saying anybody but the Texans, right? You're
Listen to me.
you're
All right,
not going to say anybody but the Texans.
hold on, hold on. Listen, listen.
Yeah. Please. Please, I want to hear you make madness work.
The Colts are going to win the 4th seed.
Ain't no fucking way you believe that.
I
Ain't
I
no
believe it.
fucking ain't no fucking way.
I truly and honestly believe that. They have an easier schedule. Anthony Richardson is starting to actually play after he got flamed and publicly lambasted by me. I will take credit for the Colts doing better. And I think they're chugging in the right direction, whereas I think the Texans are really chugging in the wrong direction. I would say I am really down on Texans stock right now. As a matter of fact, I am so down on Texans stock. I believe they may not even get a playoff berth.
Damn.
Um, I think they
Okay.
win one game for the rest of the season. It's gonna be their game against the Chiefs. And I think that for the 5, 6, and 7, we are looking at uh, Ravens in 5, Chargers in 6, and I think it's a tough call for me. For me, the 7 is a coin flip between the Broncos and the Dolphins.
Think the Dolphins still have a chance?
Dude, they are winning. They are doing good. Sure, they had a hiccup against the Packers, but like the Packers are fucking good. The remainder of their schedule is Jets, Texans, who I think are going to lose out almost, then the 49ers, then the Browns, then the Jets. I could easily see them picking up 5 more, like 4 or 5 more games here, which would make them a 9 or 10 win team. But I do think that the Broncos have an easier path than the Dolphins do. Kinda. So I will take the Broncos in my 7, but if you ask me next week, I might change it to the Dolphins. So our AFC picture really shook up.
Differs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real different on the AFC portion. So, Mark,
Hmm.
I think that now that we've drafted out our playoff pictures here, who are your frauds of the week?
My frauds of the week.
No.
Um, it's really tough
Oh,
because
for some of us.
for some of, like, I just don't know who to pick.
And you're not
I feel
allowed to
like
pick the Texans anymore. They're certified frauds now. No more Texans for you for the rest of the season.
I, I wasn't even looking at the Texans. I was like, there's so many people I could call frauds. Like, I don't, I don't know who to choose. I can call Eberflus a fraud. I can call the Cowboys a fraud. I can call Miami frauds. I can call the Chiefs frauds. I can call Indianapolis frauds. Cincinnati frauds. Fucking Atlanta frauds. The Jets frauds. Houston frauds. Minnesota, Arizona frauds. Tennessee.
Fraud,
Actually,
fraud,
no, the
fraud, fraud.
Tennessee's actually just trash. I don't think they're
No, yeah,
fraud.
Tennessee's always been trash. They're not
Yeah.
even frauds.
Tampa, who won only by 3 in overtime versus the Panthers, who who have been keeping their games within a score these last 4 games. The Panthers.
Makes a good
The
case for Bryce Young.
the Saints fraud long since the season started.
Okay.
Baltimore possible fraud. They're leaking oil. San Francisco frauds. Definite frauds. And
I
then
need
the
you to
Browns.
pick one.
I can't. I can't. None of them piss me off anymore. They don't like I guess the only one that I could really say really pisses me off is the Chiefs because of
That's
the
my
way they
fraud too.
won. Like you know what? They have been so saved by the skin of their teeth these past couple games. It's insane. And the way they won against the Raiders is this is the shit. I forget who said this, but this is the shit that makes people think the NFL is rigged. The center snaps the ball too fucking early. right into his chest, and instead of and they ruled, and then I forget exactly how it played out, but they gave the ball over to the Chiefs,
Yeah.
which is
To be
which,
fair, it was totally fair play, and the Raiders fucked it.
but it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
That was just the Raiders being horrible at football. But
Sure,
I
that
agree
doesn't
with
make
you.
it any. That doesn't make it any more upsetting.
There is a lot of fraud activity going on in football the past week. So I'm proposing a new little segment for our show here. Could complement Fraud Watch. I want the winner of the week. Whose stock is just skyrocketing right now?
Whose stock is skyrocketing? Well,
Yeah, who's good? Who's the winner this week? Who's the good guy?
oh, I know exactly who it is. You're gonna yell at me for it. It's the Browns.
Oh, what the hell? Why? Because they get to watch Jameis Winston?
And not Deshaun Watson.
That's a pretty big win, honestly.
It's not even funny. Like, take all jokes aside, despite the fact that they lost to the Broncos this past Monday night, Jameis Winston balled.
Yeah, he was awesome. What was it, 500 some yards?
497 yards,
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, sure. But motherfucker was balling.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Like,
He
it
was
really
waiting for
goes
the chance to get back on the field, dude.
it really goes to show you how like how much your QB affects your team.
Yeah.
If I had
I'll
to
tell you
pick,
what. If Jameis Winston comes out next week and has a 300 plus yard game
against the Steelers,
against anybody, homie, I am really, really concerned about the people running the Browns and the Saints and the Buccaneers.
yeah. If I have to pick like an actual winner, like memes aside, I
No,
think
I think Jameis Winston was a good winner.
that, to be honest, I was also thinking about the Broncos because with
Yeah.
with this win over Cleveland, they almost have a playoff spot.
But first
With
time in a long time.
the first time in a long time, and with a rookie QB.
Yeah, Bo Nix looks. Listen,
No, he looks
Bo
amazing.
Nix really is flying under the radar this season.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about Bo Nix a whole lot, but he is good.
You wanna know how many yards he has on the season?
I don't know.
Take a guess. Take a guess
Um,
before you look it up.
3,800.
3,800. Ooh, off by 1,000.
He's got 4,800 yards.
28.
Oh, I was like, what?
Bro, I don't think anybody has 3,800 yards.
It's a running back season, baby.
Joe Burrow is the closest with 3,300.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
like,
dude, that's why I almost spat out my water. I was like, how the fuck does he have 3,800 yards?
Like, speaking of Joe Burrow,
I feel so, but I'm still raising my free Joe Burrow campaign. I feel bad for him, man. Even though his nicknames and shit are annoying, get him out of there.
yeah, motherfucker needs freedom.
Like, dude, could you imagine how hard he would be torching the place up if he was on the 49ers?
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have Jamar Chase to throw.
Or the Rams.
Please don't say that.
Ooh. Or
That's
the Jets. Oh man, or the Patriots. Holy shit.
literally anywhere that isn't Cincinnati.
No, I think he'd still be dog shit in New Orleans. Or on the Panthers. Still be trapped. Oh my god, if he was playing for the Buccaneers, it'd be over. Or the Dolphins. Great landing spots for him.
Yeah.
Or Seattle. Seattle would be wicked if they had Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, but my winner of the week, it's got to be Cooper DeJean, baby. Holy shit, that highlight of him laying out Derrick Henry on his ass has got to be the best moment a rookie has had on defense in years. That was awesome.
No, I fucking love that.
I mean, never mind, just standard textbook tackle. I mean, nothing there. Awesome.
When I saw one of my coworker who's into football, and he's like, "So, how'd y'all do?" I'm like, "Cooper DeJean fucking balled. He laid out King Henry." I'm like, "Ah, my boy." God, I'm so happy. It's gonna be so sad. I'm so sad we only have him for rookie contracts. Like,
well, yeah. Like, here's the thing. The Eagles have become so good at drafting talent. So good at drafting talent. Their first and second round picks over the last 5 years, only one of them is not currently a starter. That's incredible. So, Cooper DeJean is my winner of the week this week. That man is wild. Here, hold on. Like, I think most people don't realize how crazy the Eagles' drafts have been the past 5 years in the first and second round. So, this past first and second round, we got Quinyon Mitchell, probably the best corner in football, arguably. Easily the best rookie corner in football. I don't think most people would question that. Then we got Cooper DeJean in the second round. In 2023, we got Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. 2022, we got Jordan Davis and Cam Jurgens. 2021, we got Devonta Smith and Landon Dickerson. Year before that, we got Jalen Reagor and Jalen Hurts. Year before that, we had Andre Dillard and Miles Sanders. So, 4 years. Only one of those people in the past 4 drafts are not a starter, and that's Jalen Reagor. So, I gotta say, the Eagles have just become phenomenal at drafting people. Like, dude, even if you add in the third round picks, it gets kind of wild. Like, Jalix Hunt, who is about to get snaps as our starting D end. Tyler Steen, who's our backup offensive tackle. He looks like a freak. Nakobe Dean in the third round in 2022. That dude's a freak this season. The year before that, Milton Williams, solid defensive tackle. And the year before that, Davion Taylor. Don't know who the fuck that is, to be honest with you. So, these are some big name backs that they're drafting. And they're just doing this consistently. Like, every fucking year they are drafting gold. And that wasn't always the case, man. It used to be that we were like, holy shit, these guys can't fucking draft to save their lives. And then they just learned how to do it somehow. I don't know how the fuck they learned how to do it, but they learned how to do it, and they learned how to do it well.
Well, how he made that deal with the devil.
Yeah. I guess that's what happened, because that dude he just fucking drafts greatness.
Like, seriously. I would love to be a GM for a team. I would fear the day my phone rings and it's Howie Roseman on the fucking
Yeah.
other end.
No.
Especially during draft day. It's
Don't
like,
answer it. The Titans fear us.
oh god.
Dude, I swear, Howie Roseman has to have something on the GM of the Titans. We just absolutely butt fuck them every season. All right, send over your guys. So, real quick, it's time for our games of the week.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, one of the games of the week has already passed.
Yeah.
So now we gotta look elsewhere. And to be honest, it's really interesting because there's a lot of divisional games this week.
There are two games in particular that I think are the game of the week candidates.
Yeah, I think I see the two that you think, but maybe. So I'm
Let
going
them roll.
first.
Yes.
All right. Seahawks, Arizona.
Yeah.
And Chargers, KC.
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay.
Pick your favorite out of the two. You can have whichever one you like. I think those are going to be really fucking cool games to watch. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, my playoff bracket, the way that I even that out with the Seahawks winning that division, it's based on who wins this game.
Mm-hmm.
Flip whoever wins this game for my playoff bracket in the NFC. But I do think that the Seahawks will come out on top in that game. And I think the Chargers are going to win that game against the Chiefs.
I hope so.
I think they're going to win. I mean, I already told you, I think the Chiefs might win one game for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that I highly doubt.
I'm just saying. They might get to the point where it's all clinched up and everything is said and done. They just sit the starters. Fuck it. But yeah, so that's the games of the week. I think I'm in total and complete agreement with you. The last segment of our show, as always, we have Marky, I believe. Hold on, let me count just to make sure. So Marky, we need to now. I'm gonna lock it down, brother. We're gonna eliminate 5 babies each this week.
5.
Yeah, because we
I
need
thought we,
18. 18 teams don't make it to the playoffs, right?
yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. There's still 5 teams to cut.
Yeah, it's going to start getting real risky soon. You're going to have to really. I'm asking you to lock in who you think is going to make it versus not make it.
I'm I'm not going to lie. I think I think my view on who's gonna make it and who's not is is set in stone by now.
Yeah. It's
Like
it.
I
So
think
you just want to use your playoff bracket for this, pretty much.
yeah, like
Uh, I think I'm in
you
the
see
same
the
boat. I think we'll
you
just
see the
skip
thing
this
is
segment and just be locked in on what we already got.
like the thing is so so I already eliminated the Cowboys, right?
Me too.
We both already eliminated. If they somehow sneak their way in now, it's like well,
We're
good for
fucked.
you. Yeah. So I think it's time to lock in.
All right. Here's our
These
babies.
are the these are the 14 babies to go.
13. We have 13 babies.
Oh, I was saying we have our 14 babies to go to the playoffs. I think
Oh,
that would
yeah, yeah,
be
yeah.
I think that would
Okay.
be easier.
Yeah. Well, we already picked the babies then.
Yeah.
All right. The babies have been chosen.
I'm sorry if you didn't personally get kissed in this last week,
Don't worry. I'll
but
kiss you.
that's just how things play out. Weird motherfucker. Um,
Did you have anything else?
no, I kind of wish we had talked a little bit more about the week itself because I think there were a lot of decent games this week, or at least talk worthy games. But I
But
do
you can't get them
realize
all.
it. I do realize the season comes to a close, it definitely is like all right, postseason. Now this is where football reaches its peak.
Yeah. It's time for the
So
real football to start.
So I'm just gonna say this. If any NFC team wants to, knock the Lions out of number one so we could take it, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be swagger. But
Like the Bills are their last AFC team and then they have 4 NFC teams to play.
three.
Or
Three.
three NFC teams to play. So,
I think they
you're
lose to the
right.
Bills and they lose to the Vikings.
Well, dude, I think they need to lose.
We're one game behind them.
We're 1 game behind them, but I think they need to lose against the Bears in order for us to take the number one because I think they have 2 games on us in the NFC if I remember correctly.
That doesn't matter. With
Doesn't
that
matter.
would be a tiebreaker. If
Yeah.
they go down 2 games, like if the Eagles win out and they lose 2 games, the Eagles are the number one
Oh,
seed.
yeah. No, I understand that. All right. Well,
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the Fumble forecast for week 13. And we hope you liked it. Remember, go ahead and hit that subscribe, follow button, anything that is there to follow us on the platform that you choose to listen to us. So long as that's Spotify or YouTube, we got you covered. And of course, we'll see you again next week to confirm that, as always, I was right. And we'll see you. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
All right.